Okay, in this little video we're going to have a look at some extension work on using our algebra tiles. So, in the past we've seen how to expand things like 3 outside of 2x plus 1. Okay, how to expand those type of things out with our algebra tiles. Okay, now we're going to look at ones that are a bit more complicated. Okay, so we can have something that looks like this. Okay, so this time, okay, we're saying that we've got our x plus 2 up the top, but instead of having a number at the front, we're actually saying that we've got an x out the front. So what we're trying to do is expand our x times x plus 2, okay, which can be written just as x outside of x plus 2. So we want to expand that out. Okay, so now we need to be thinking, well, it's got to look the same this way as that way. Well, that's where we get our big squares in. Okay, and we've got a positive times by a positive, which will give a positive. So we're going to use our positive side of our big square. Okay, and then again, we've got to look the same this way as that way. So we're actually going to be using these ones. Okay, and again, okay, a positive times a positive gives a positive. Okay, and we need to look at what we've got. Okay, so we can say we've got one lot of our x squared, okay, and then we've got 2 lots of our positive x, so it would be x squared plus 2. Okay, have a look at something a little bit different now for the next one. Okay, so we'll do another one along these lines, okay, and we're going to make it tricky again. This time we've got x and we've got 2x minus 2. Okay, well again we need to look and go, it's got to look the same both ways. So we can put in our positive x squared here because we have a positive by a positive, gives us a positive number. Okay, but now we've got a negative by a positive, which gives us a negative number. So if we're looking at this, we can write it as our x outside of 2x minus 2. Okay, and that's going to equal, well, we've got 2 positive x squareds and 2 negative x's. Okay, so it look like that. Okay, so we'll have a look at making this a little bit harder again now. Okay, this time, we're going to be looking at having something that looks like this. This time we've got x plus 2, and this time we've got x plus 3. So this is quite a bit different. Okay? Because if we were looking at multiplying this, well, we've got x plus 3 and we've got x plus 2. Okay, we need to see what's going to happen with something like this. So we're multiplying these two sides together still. So if we have a look, we've got a positive x by a positive x. Well, that to fit in, it makes sense from both ways. We've got our positive x squared. Now if we look down this way, okay, we still need our long ones, okay, because of our single ones this way. Okay, and again, a positive by a positive will give positive. Okay, and if we look this way, well, we still need our length, but it only needs to be skinny. Okay, and again, we're positive by positive. Okay, so we're going to use these ones. Okay, and then down here, okay, we've got our, so we've got our positive by our positive again. Okay, which gives us our positive values. Okay, so you can see we've still got to fill in our rectangle. Okay, so we can have a look at what we've got now. Well, we've got one lot of x squared. Okay, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of positive x. Okay, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positive 6 ones left over. Okay, So that one's a fair bit different, okay, and we're going to have a look at one more of those ones in this video. Okay, so this time we're going to have a negative x so we have a negative x plus 2. We're going to have a positive x minus 4, because there are 4 negatives there. Okay, so we've got now our x minus 4 and our negative x plus 2. Okay, so when we have a look at that, well, we've got negative times a positive. That's going to give us a negative. Okay, so we've got a negative times a negative. Well, that's going to give us a positive. Okay, and a positive times a positive is going to give us a positive. Okay, and our positive times our negative is going to give us negative. We need to fill out our square. Okay, so we need to look at what we've got now. Well, I've got a negative x squared. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positive x's. Okay, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 negative 1s. Okay, so it looks something like that. Now, I'm just going to change one little thing, and let's have a look at what happens. Okay, if I change this to negative 2, okay, well, we've now got a negative times a positive, which gives us a negative. Okay, and we've also got negatives times negatives, so all of these are going to have to change over to be positives. Okay, but have a look at what's happened with my x's now though. This is looking at x minus 4 and negative x minus 2. Okay, well look at what's happened. We've still got our negative x squared. Okay, but now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 positive x's, okay, and 2 negative x's. Okay, and I've got 8 positive 1s. We'll have a look at what's happened there. Okay, well, now if we have a look, you can see that in here these are like terms. Okay, our 4 positives and our 2 negatives are like terms. Well, if we have a look at this, we can think of 2 of these cancelling out with 2 of those, so our 2 negatives cancelling out with our 2 positives. It's going to leave us with 2 positives. Or if you like, we think we've got negative x, 4 lots of x, take 2 lots of x, leaves us with 2 lots of x plus 8. Okay, so they can be a little bit different there as well, so you have to be a little bit careful when you're having a look at these questions.